So we're back and we're ready for some eyeshadow. So the products that you need to do eyeshadow are an eyeshadow brush. It can be as big or as small as you want. It really depends on whatever you're comfortable with. With a smaller brush, it's a little more precise, especially if you're trying to do creasing. With the bigger brush, it gives more coverage as far as if you want to cover a lot of space with color at a time. And I like to use both, honestly, during my routine because I like to use 3, sometimes 4 different colors because I do shading and I do crease and I do the lid color and all of that. We don't have to do that right now, and we're not going to because this is for beginners who want to just get into doing eyeshadow. So, as you can see, I have my eyeshadow palette. This is my favorite. It's the James Charles palette with Morphe. It's a collaboration, I believe. I don't know a lot about like the collaborations that are out, honestly, but I saw someone who I love watching videos of using this palette, and I immediately saw it and I was like, this contains all of my favorite freaking colors in the world, so I have to snatch it. So what I like to do first is in a nude over eye color, just to give you like a more like blank canvas to use. So the color that's the most closest to nude to my skin is this, like, it's like a beige, I guess. Yeah, it's like a deep tan beige. And I brush, I didn't show you it, I smooth the brush over it, and then I brush the excess off. I wouldn't do that to your eyeshadow palette. I thought it was going to be easy for me, but I don't want to be getting like colors on top of my other colors, so usually it's best if you do that on top of your wrist. So what I'm going to do is apply the general color over my eyes. Now, I didn't do my brows. My brows, I got them threaded this week, so they're pretty snatched. So I'm honestly not going to do any filling into it. I really just want to do a straight shadow tutorial. So I just added some more tan for my other eye. I did the same routine of shaking the powder off from my brush, the excess powder, and then I do the general over eye sweeping of the tan color to give me my blank canvas. Now, this is the fun part, and this is the part where you see a difference. So, when you are doing your color, you want to match your eyeshadow with whatever outfit you're wearing. Now, typically, because I'm wearing a blue, green, and white outfit, I could use one of 3 colors. The white, I could use this green, maybe a little bit of this green. I could also use one of these blues over here. I'm thinking more of this blue because it seems like more that there's more of an aqua on me. But because I'm doing a simple eyeshadow tutorial today, the color I'm going to use is going to be just a nice deep mahogany brown, just to match the natural crease color of my eye. Because as you can see, I have a little bit of like shadowing of my eye naturally. So what I'm going to do is pick a color that's the closest to the shadowing of my eye, which is this deep brown right here. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to sweep some of that brown on. As you can see, it picked it up. And then you want to brush off the excess. And then this part is the tricky part. So I think I probably picked up a little too much of the brown. I wish I had my little, like, hold on. Okay, so I have a little hand mirror to help guide me, but this part, you want to make sure that you start at the crease first, and then spread it out over the eye. Try to avoid the lid, I would say, because you could always add more to the lid later if you really want to. But I'm starting at the crease and really getting that in there, and then sweeping it over the rest of the eye, but really focusing on the crease and making circles that gradually lighten in intensity towards the corner of my eye, because I don't want it to look like I have a big brown smudge in the corner of my eye. I want it to have a gradient effect, which means, you know, in the corner of my eye, I want more light to hit it, and then as my eye goes outwards, I want there to be more of a crease and more of the effect of my eyebrow bone popping out and my lid being more defined once I put the lid color on. But as you can see, I applied the brown shadow, and that's what we have so far to one eye. This light that I have here is actually better, and I probably should have used the lighting that I have here for the whole video. That's okay, we're figuring this out and we're learning as we go. But you know why I did it like that? Because all my products are on this side, so we're gonna figure that out for the next time. But what we have here is a really cute looking shadow look so far. So now we're going to do the other eye. We're taking that same color, hitting the excess off, and then we're starting with the crease, and then we're gonna go outwards. So you brush a little circle at the crease of your eye, just under the brow bone. Don't go all the way to your eyebrow. Should you? Honestly, I feel like there's mixed reviews on that, but I wouldn't, just because you don't. I just know that that's how the look looks better. And then you just keep sweeping it out to the outer corner, and boom. Now let's see. Let's bring it in the big lighting. And there we go. That's my shadow. I did a nice dark shadow crease, and I like it a lot actually. So now, once you can see that it already gives your face definition, and now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is take my brush, and I took the smaller brush because I'm going to do the lid. I'm not going to do like anything fancier. There's a lot of different steps you can take with eyeshadow, but when you're a beginner, just have fun with the simpleness of it, honestly, because nowadays my eye makeup has become so complex that I wish that I could just have the self-control to just swipe on a color and just go. But it becomes like a whole process for me. The whole thing becomes like an art form, and I just get engaged in the project, so it never stops at just that. But what we're gonna do is do like a nice light lid color to just make your eyelids pop. And the color that we're gonna use, because I have white on me, I think it's good to stick with like a frosty tone. So I'm going to take this, like, it's like a wintry, frosty shimmer, and I'm going to get a little bit of that, shake the excess off, and then brush it over my eyelid, just over my eyelid. So like that. And then you put a little in the crease of your eye. I've read in so many magazines that it helps make your eyes look brighter and more like awake, and it's definitely true, I would say. So I brush it over my eye, I feel like I still, my crease, I feel like I kind of brush it over the line. I literally just said not to go over. So I'm just gonna deepen my crease, And you can absolutely do that. Hello. With makeup, you can correct, you can wipe things away. You know, you don't necessarily want to have to do that, but don't be afraid to, because practice makes perfect. And I, in the very beginning, was not afraid to constantly like wipe things away and start over again if it looked too crazy. You know, I would do the whole typical like spit in something and wipe it off. That's not hygienic, and we're in the COVID days now where you don't do shit like that because it's not hygienic, but that's what I used to do. And that was before I was a nurse, so that's my disclaimer. So, as you can see, I put a nice little silver color on my eyelid. You can definitely see the difference. You can definitely see that I look more brightened up. My eyelids look, they just look brighter in more way. They just look better. So now what I'm gonna do is the same thing to my other eyelid, and I'm gonna keep it as close to just the eyelid as possible. And that's that. I'm not doing too much. And there we go. And that's it. So now, as you can see, that is how I do my eyeshadow. And it's simple, but it's still cute. You can see that like there's something different going on with me, but you don't know what it is, but you just know that like her eyes, there's something about her face, there's something that's drawing me to her face, and it's the fact that my eyes are so accentuated. So that's how you do eyeshadow. And yeah, that's as simple as it can get. In the future, I would love to give people pointers on how to do more complex eyeshadow looks, but for now, this is like a beginner series on just how to keep it simple. And this has honestly inspired me for further makeup looks to just be barefaced and just do a little bit of shadow and chapstick and just go about your day, girl. You don't have time to be spending like an hour, 2 hours on makeup. So that was just a reminder for me. But that was my shadow look, and yeah, I like it. I thought I was gonna wipe my makeup off right after this video, but I might keep it on for a little bit and just have fun with it, because it's a very light, free look. I don't feel like I have much weight on my face at all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.